Now, final score with Nick Walters on Fox 16.
Well, Arkansas sports fans rejoice because the wait is almost over. This was the last weekend without football for months. The high school season kicks off next week, the Razorbacks the week after, and if you ask us, it can't come faster. Now, hype is building and fast for the Hogs. We've looked ahead to the season a lot on this show. This week, head coach Sam Pittman was in town to do it for us. Here's a look at the head Hogs trip to Little Rock this past Monday.
Today, after practice 9 at Razorbacks fall camp, head coach Sam Pittman took a trip to the capital city. In front of a sold-out crowd as the first guest speaker this fall at the Little Rock Touchdown Club, with former Hogs and Arkansas Governor Asa Hutchinson in attendance. The pit boss reflected on last year's breakthrough 9-win finish, looked ahead to this season, and of course, cracked some jokes.
When you get older, you say stuff, and then when you say it, you look at them, they go, they have no idea who you're talking about, you know. So I popped in and I said, who you think, you're Fabio or somebody? And he go.
But during his half hour on stage, Pittman had plenty of time to talk shop.
We've seen that we can go into LSU and win. We've seen we can go into Jerry's World and beat A&M. We've seen that the University of Texas can come in here, we can beat them. Those things help that confidence. And then if you continue to do what you've been doing, now I can see the results and I know what my work is going to do for me. I think you can reach your capabilities at that point.
After speaking at the club for the first time last football season, Pittman was back to give a shout out to Little Rock and to all Hog fans in Central Arkansas for their unconditional support.
We do have 13 Little Rock, Pulaski County kids on our team. We're happy that we're represented over there. In my office, it says you're not coming to play for the University of Arkansas, you're coming to play for the state of Arkansas. And we feel it, you know. Since I've been here, we're up over 14,000 per game. Second in the nation, how our fans have come out in the last, from 19 to 21. And we need the home field advantage. We need you to score points for us.
Razorbacks opened the season by hosting Cincinnati on September 3rd. And 2 days prior on that Thursday night, UCA starts up their 2022 campaign against Missouri State. One thing the Bears aren't lacking this year is change. There's a lot of it, up and down the lineup. We stopped by practice this week to hear all about the new-look team in Conway.
We are inching closer and closer to seeing UCA hit the stripes and kick off the inaugural season for the ASUN Conference. In Nathan Brown's 5th year as head coach, don't expect to see the same Bears that you did last fall.
We've got 43 new faces on our team right now, and so that's a huge number at the Division I level. We've got new energy. We've got a bunch of guys that are hungry, a bunch of guys that have been a part of big-time programs at different parts of the country.
Now 2.5 weeks into camp, Central Arkansas features a younger and maybe a more motivated squad than years past.
So encouraging to see. This is a group of young men that you don't have to motivate. They're excited about football. I mean, every day they walk over to our practice facility, they're ready to go.
I think we're a super talented team. We're deep in a lot of positions, and I think we're just a super close team, which is super important.
Coming off an underwhelming 5-6 finish, the Bears are now without longtime starting quarterback Braylon Smith, along with receiving duo Tyler Hudson and LaJuan Winningham.
Those two, even though they're not here, probably inspired a lot of guys with the success they had to, think that they could be next up. And I think we've got a super deep receiver room, a lot of guys that, I'm confident in.
UCA has made up for those losses with transfers, like former Razorbacks wideout John David White. The headliner is their dual-threat QB1, Will McElvain, coming to Conway by way of Northern Iowa and adding a dimension of mobility to the Bears' backfield.
He's a guy that started a lot of games in the Missouri Valley Conference for Northern Iowa. He was the freshman of the year in that conference in 2019. Not only does he have the physical attributes, he can make all the throws, he's got a really, really great ability to run the football as well.
Just the ability to extend plays, and I have instincts that way. I think that's one of my strengths in my game.
There's certainly new names to know, but UCA has some continuity on both sides of the ball. Their running back room may be the best the program's ever seen, led by ASUN Freshman of the Year Darius Hale and featuring the versatile Dumas native Kylan James.
It's huge, it definitely takes some pressure off of me, and I've never been in a room so versatile where you've got guys that can line up a receiver and catch balls out of the backfield, and also as deep as this room. I think it's probably one of the best running back rooms in the FCS, if not the best, and we've got a lot of talented players in there.
We're ready. I think we're excited about pushing to the end of this week and then start transitioning to Missouri State prep.
The UCA Bears open the season at home against Missouri State on Thursday, September 1st, followed by a road trip to Ole Miss for an SEC challenge.
Wow, from UCA to U of A, UAPB, A-State, and all of our friends in D2 and D3, we're pumped up to see Arkansas college teams this fall. We can now count on one hand the number of days before kickoff. Now, this past Tuesday, we got to see two of the best teams in all of Arkansas go at it.
Well, the football season is almost back, and it doesn't get any better than this for a preseason scrimmage. Two perennial powerhouses in Arkansas high school football going at it as Bryant and Pulaski Academy face off in their annual charity game.
It's the four-time defending 7A state champs, Buck James' Bryant Hornets, colliding with the three-time running 5A state champs, Anthony Lucas's PA Bruins, who now move up to Class 6A. In the game's opening possession, it would take PA just 3 plays to march down the field. First-year starting quarterback Hell Busby dumps it off to Jalen McKinney. The Bruins star seniors in open space, shakes and bakes, faking out the last man of defense for 6. PA up 6-0 early. The Hornets defense shakes it right off. It's Malachi Graham on the INT. For Bryant's offense, we have a quarterback battle or perhaps a two-way tandem. The junior Gideon Moats avoids the pressure. The Razorbacks baseball commit throws it across his body and makes something out of nothing. The Hornets' other QB in the game now, sophomore Jordan Walker, takes it on the keeper, following his blocker and punishing a Bruin at the goal line, emphatically getting Bryant on the board. Hornets up 7-6 until later in the first when Busby goes for the long ball, connecting again with McKinney. PA back on top 12-7. To finish off the quarter, Walker on the move and heaves it downfield. The off-balance pass finds its way to Sean Rycraw, who hangs on to it. Now on the goal line, Walker lasers it in, and after a juggling effort, his target comes down with it and is ruled a touchdown. Bryant leads 14-12 heading into the next frame. Moats rifles, Mytorian Singleton has it, extends, but the ball's jarred loose at the last second. It's a game of inches, possession's back with PA. Later on in the second, Busby hurling it right near living room. He has his man in Will Hawkins, streaking down the sideline to set up a go-ahead score. Busby sends a dart for Andrew Pfizer. The pitch and catch gets the Bruins back in front. PA leads 18-12 at half, and by the time the starters were pulled after the third quarter, Bryant had a narrow edge of 28-26. Pulaski Academy opens the season by hosting Robinson next Friday, while Bryant faces Benton in the Salt Bowl next Saturday.
It was just a scrimmage, but it got us hyped up for football. Now up next, Wes Moore joins the show with a special guest, the new owner of the Hootens Arkansas Football Magazine. Stay right here. All right, coming up after the show is In Depth with Graham Bensinger, so make sure to stick around for that. But that'll do it for us. Thanks as always for hanging out with us. Have a great first week of football, and we'll see you next Sunday on The Final Score.